So I'm kind of. Are you guys ready to record?
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
tell you something really quick though,
Yeah.
because
Go for it.
it happened 5 minutes ago. You see the fucking Blink shirt that is up on the wall, man?
Yeah.
So Brittany spent like the better part of the day completely rear. You can't see the whole room, but I'm in like the opposite side that I
Dude,
normally would have
I
been.
love the Proto Man and the Mega Man on the back. That looks
Okay,
I know, right?
badass.
that is a salvaged effort of like multiple shelves that were all up there that about 2 minutes ago fell down. Like I have fucking bro, like I brought out the fucking Deku. I have like a Deadpool,
Dang.
Spider-Man. Like I put like a background, man. And well, Brittany set it all up, and then the shelves just fell down.
Hello, guys, and welcome to Stage Select. My name is Will, and I'm here with my good friend Manny and Chris. How you doing, guys?
Good, man. How's it going?
Good, man, doing good.
Awesome, man. So awesome to be with you tonight because there's a lot of topics that I want to discuss that I'm really excited about.
You know what? My fault, bro. Before we actually go into the topics, I mean, I kind of feel bad for last episode, man, because I totally forgot about this. But I really want to give a huge shout out to Chris's boy who helped us get through what we needed to do with our logo and our little animations. Huge shout out to your boy, man. He did an awesome job. And huge shout out to Jesse for the instrumental beats that he's been contributing to the video, man. He's Jesse Jameson, aka Head the Real One. He's on SoundCloud. He does some sick ass instrumentals, so if you want to check that out, we'll leave something on the description so you guys can check it out. I just want to throw that on there, man, because I felt so bad from before, man. We just like threw by the first episode, but shout out to those guys, man.
The intro and the entire YouTube layout is done by a guy named SDNW, a really good friend of mine. If you just search SDNW on YouTube, you'll find him, you'll find all his work, and then you can even find like a side podcast we've done together. But that's SDNW.
Yeah, he does some
yeah, thanks
stuff,
a lot, man.
His stuff is dope, dude. His stuff is dope.
Yeah, man, amazing work. Like I'm really impressed on how that turned out. It was really high quality. So I'm loving it, man.
What you got for us, Will? What you got for us?
So there's a few games that came out this week, and I want to just talk about it. Like July 17, we got Ghost of Tsushima, and I mean, man, I don't know. Have you guys seen the trailers?
I've seen the trailer and I've seen some gameplay, dude. Man, it looks like a kick-ass game, dude.
It looks tight, man.
It looks crazy, right? It's like I feel this game is like a love letter, like a goodbye love letter to a great generation from PlayStation. Since I believe it's like the last AAA that we're gonna get to this caliber before the PlayStation 5 hits the shelves.
Yeah. I didn't realize that. I didn't know till sometime early yesterday or today that it was made by the people that did Infamous, which is fucking crazy because that's like a PS4 launch title.
Dude, that's
and now
like
it's
almost
like the end of the PS4.
Almost 10 years ago that they it's like, was that like the only game they did and then they just like automatically done Ghost of Tsushima, or have they done anything before then?
I'm not sure. Like I never played the Infamous. Like I think you did play those, Manny, right?
Yeah, I played 1 and 2. Yeah.
What was Infamous like an open world game or?
Yeah, it is.
Like in a city. I think their first one took place. I want to say it took place in New York, if I'm not mistaken.
They're both
like in Seattle.
They're both like you have psychic powers in a city, open world, and I feel like they did Sunset Overdrive, but I could be totally wrong there. I'm probably wrong, but
yeah, I have to look into that. But yeah, when I was talking to that, I'm like, damn, who? Like, because I was wondering who did that game, like the studio. Yeah. When he told me, I was like, damn, that's the same group that did Infamous, and they've been MIA for a while, man. It's been a few years, dude.
For me, that'd be like under my radar, and I went into this game because I kind of was craving something open world with samurai theme involved, and this took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting this game at all. I thought that the first people that were gonna do something like this was maybe gonna be the people from Assassin's Creed, like a samurai theme world, which I believe they haven't done. I mean, they did pirates. They're gonna do Vikings now with Valhalla. But I wasn't expecting something like this, and I believe so far, I mean, it's kind of unique, because of the open world concept. I don't know if there's another game out there right now that has this theme right now. At least I haven't noticed. But with my experience playing it, dude, I can.
Can we mention? But before you get into it, can we mention that by design you bought it and you're the one playing through it, and neither Manny or I are currently playing it.
Yes, like basically what we're doing here in this show. I believe not all of us can purchase all the games. We're like, I'm humble like that. So basically right now, I am the one who's like invested in this game. I'm playing it. I mean, we're not sponsored by anybody, so this is from my own pockets.
Yeah.
And but I mean, I'm loving every minute of it. And I'm just gonna talk a little bit about it, because I know you guys have questions regarding the game. But basically, it's an open world game. It's set in medieval Japan, and it's basically fictional characters and a fictional story setting. But the base of the game, what it's about, happened. It was a real invasion from the Mongol army to the island of Tsushima a long time ago. And
I think it was like in year 1274. I think there was two invasions. It was 1274 and 1281. It was like a couple years after another.
I read this one was 1274.
Okay, so it was like the first invasion then.
Yeah, and you play as this character, which his name is Jin Sakai, and you go through this story, which is basically trying to defend your island from that invasion. And basically protect your people, protect your family, protect your clan. And it's very interesting because when we see how war paints out his outcomes, how war works, there's no rules, like basically when you get invaded by a foreign country or a war happens, there's like no rules in it. It's basically you just go through tactics to see if you can overcome your enemy. And basically seeing this on the perspective of a samurai, which is like basically highly honorable type of warrior, it started creating a little bit of conflict. And I believe that's what I like the most about this game, is that inner conflict within you and how to approach the encounters, which is really, really, really cool. Visually, dude, it's a work of art. It looks insane. Like I don't have a word to describe it, how wonderful this world looks and feel. I believe what got me the most was the colors. It's just like watching a painting and you just like playing through it. It's really, really, really gorgeous.
Yeah, that was gonna be one of my questions. Like for you, like what would you think what was your favorite aspect of the game so far? Because I know you just got it yesterday.
I'll be honest with you. It's mainly that. It's mainly the visuals. I don't get me wrong. I love some other aspects like combat. It's really interesting. Pretty much. I'm the type of guys that play the games on hard. If there's a hard setting, I'm gonna jump in hard mode.
Are you playing on hard? That's how you started?
Oh yeah, like
really? Dude, wow.
Yeah, I saw that setting. I said, I'm just gonna learn by messing up, and I went full on it.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's I respect that, dude. Like I like that. Just going balls deep first, man, and come out on top if you can.
You're a masochist. That's fucking insane.
I gotta admit, I have died a lot. And a lot, like, dude, it's like any enemy can kill you at the beginning. It's very, I mean, again, it's a game, but it's very realistic in that sense. Like, it's like 3 hits and you're out, pretty much. At least on hard mode. I don't know the other difficulties. I'm just been playing on hard. It has a style similar to the Arkham games. Batman Arkham, where you're usually overwhelmed by enemies. And you gotta figure it out the best way to approach the situation so you can overcome all of those enemies, and sometimes this to be a little bit overwhelming. Now, one thing that I noticed right away is that the more you play, that doesn't mean that you're getting stronger. This game has a different set of progression. It's like when you're like fighting these enemies, you don't gain levels or anything like that. It's pretty much you gain like points, and with those points you can unlock certain types of skills. You get more skills, that means that you have more kind of tools at your disposal for you to have more ways to approach the enemy, but it's all based on skill. So if you don't know how you can like what to use at a certain time, you're pretty much gonna lose the fight. There's certain aspects of the game that give you an advantage against certain enemies, but it's not like you will become like at some point unbeatable and nobody can hurt you or anything like that. So that to me, that was a good setting for the game, because it keeps you on your toes all the time, man. It just keeps you like, hey man, I can die at any moment. I just have to pay attention to my attacks, to my timing, and I should overcome everything. So I'm loving that about the game.
That's dope.
I have a question. I don't know how many you've played, but with it being such a fucking large samurai-based game, I guess, did you immediately or at any point during playing, have you gotten vibes from an old samurai game like Tenchu, Sekiro, Ninja Gaiden? Like, did you catch any of that, or has it just been like its own original samurai thing?
I got a little bit of a vibe from Tenchu,
Okay.
at least when you're trying to play stealth mode, because like I said before, you're a samurai, but you have some conflict within yourself. You know that your enemies are willing to do anything to mess you up, and they're not gonna play by the rules. So the games allows you to either approach the situation, the offensive with honor. Like you can do those things that are called standoff. Basically, you just approach to one village, and you can just challenge one person of that village to like a semi duel, and that's how you start the battle. Everybody watching you, killing your enemies, watching them through their eyes.
And it switches to like one-on-one?
Yeah, dude.
Pretty
That shit
much
is sick, dude. I saw gameplay for that, man. Dude, I think that's like probably my favorite thing of just watching that little bit so far. Just
it just gets you in there. It feels like a samurai, like an old style samurai movie, and to me that was really 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 cool, the way that implemented that. It's just different. I saw it as their take on this world, samurai open world. But you can also going back to your question, you can also approach as a stealth ninja. You can basically go into the camps, hide, use smoke bombs and things like that, and basically kill your enemies from behind, similar to Tenchu. So that's where I got that vibe. So you can approach the game totally like that.
Do you think, not to interrupt, in the same way that like Metal Gear is, do you think if you practice long enough, you could do the entire game stealth? Like, is that an option, do you think?
Yes, you totally can.
That's tight.
Now,
by the way, that's fucking awesome.
On that game, it's not like Tenchu or Metal Gear Solid when they discover you're at a disadvantage completely. You can still overcome the enemies because your fighting is pretty much, I mean, on point. But yeah, you can make encounters way easier if you know how to stealth.
Cool. Okay.
So to be honest with you guys, I mean, I've been playing for about 6 hours now. I'm liking what I'm seeing. The world seems quite big. I think if I have to nitpick, there's two things that I kind of, like I'm not completely satisfied. The first one being, and this is not too much a big of a problem, but you still notice. I played on my PlayStation 4, and mine is not a Pro.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, Sony, you have to do better to me to get me to buy another PlayStation. To be honest with you, I'm not going to do it. But I mean, as long as the game can play, I'm going to play it that way.
PS5 is right around the corner.
I know, right?
Yeah, like, and again, that one I'm going to purchase because it's something completely different. But just because I'm just upgraded the processing power, okay. But I've been playing it, and I noticed a few like dips when it comes to the frame rate. At least and some combat areas, and sometimes when it gets a little bit overwhelmed with particles. I'm talking about a lot of wind with a lot of leaves flying around. It slows down a little bit. It's not constantly, it's not something that breaks the game, but you notice those dips here and there, and it kind of takes you out from the fluidity of the game.
It was probably designed for the Pro. Like, yeah. I would bet.
That's what I'm thinking, man. That's what I'm thinking. Something else that did, and this is a little bit bigger. This kind of frustrated me a lot. There's some camera angles that just plain suck. especially on the standoff. I mean, that thing that we explained right now with Manny, that you just basically got a one-on-one against a character. There's been moments, that you're on that one-on-one versus an NPC, that the other enemies around you surround you just to wait into the outcome of that duel. But then there's this enemy that kind of by mistake, of the AI, decides to stand in front of the camera so you cannot see your character. and it's very like time reacting, because you gotta see when the guy's gonna throw his attack so you can respond to it. Dude, it's just messed up that I cannot see. It's like it's like the developer putting like a blindfold on my eyes, and I'm like, this is not fair at all.
That's your like, I mean, if anything, you're saying that's your biggest complaint?
Yeah, nitpicking that. It doesn't happen always. I believe it happens the most on those standoff, which is what infuriates me, because again, the dynamic of that standoff it's waiting on your reaction, so your eyes have to be really paying attention. I believe that's what gets me the most. It happens
playing on hard mode, so probably a little less forgiving.
I know, right?
The thing is that once you lose one of those duels, you start the fight with 1 health. So it's like, it's not good for you to start the fight with 1 health. So it happens also inside the buildings, but that doesn't bother me as much, because I can move around. On the standoff, I cannot control the camera. The guy's just standing there, and I can't do anything.
It seems like a good gripe to have if you're going to have just one. I mean, that seems like not the worst.
I think again, it's me nitpicking, but I believe gameplay wise, I think it always should be fair for the player. And if I'm playing on hard mode, at the least I'm expecting, I mean, if you're gonna beat crap out of me, by just making the game super hard, at least make it fair. I mean, I can see if I get stabbed, and it was because I wasn't paying attention, or I didn't respond quick enough, then I deserve it. But if it was because character goes in front of the screen and cover my view,
yeah, that might have just been like a random anomaly or something like that. But from what I saw, man, like, dude, I think that game is mainly designed for you to like be like very observant with, like, you have to focus a lot more with your eyes and be patient, from what I saw. Because man, like those little gameplays that I saw, dude, like even me, I wasn't the one playing, but I was watching like that other person playing. I'm like, damn, dude, like you really gotta focus on this game, dude. Even though it's open world, but shit, dude.
It's
the developers also probably like tested normal mode more for people that aren't you.
Probably.
Probably, man. And I mean, the game it's based on patience. I believe that's one of the teachings of the samurai, and they mentioned this. I mean, at least Sensei mentioned this a couple of times. So I like that they incorporated this as part of the gameplay. It's actually a smart move. So to me, it's a great approach, and I see it that way, and it still makes me immerse myself the most on this game. Like I haven't seen game this immersive, I believe, since Breath of the Wild. So I'm like super blown away by it.
Bold.
Yeah, bold. Like to be honest with you, I it's not perfect, but it's really good. And visually, I believe it's an achievement. So do you have any more questions about it, guys?
I was gonna say, are you playing English? Like English? Because there was like little thing. There's like you can do subtitles, like Japanese but English subtitles, or Japanese. And then I saw that there's
I'm going Japanese English subtitles, because man, that's how I watch my anime. That's how I like it.
That's the right way to play. I want to know.
Oh, my fault. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I just want to know. We've got the fortune of recording this the day after it came out. I want to know. On a scale to 10, your first impression on it now, in case we revisit it later. Gun to your head.
I'll be honest with you. I can go with a high 7, the closest to an 8. I believe graphic wise is gorgeous. I'm gonna go with an 8. I believe an 8. I believe it's I mean, graphically it's gorgeous. The gameplay, I mean, it plays smooth, it's very responsive. I believe the only thing that gets me out of the gameplay part is the camera, and to me, gameplay it's above everything else. Like if this game was less visually attractive, but it has nailed his gameplay perfectly, I would have given it a higher score.
I want to ask, because it's such an early episode for us, which is either 1 or 2 or 0 or 5 or whatever. Just for scale, Can you tell me what another 8 is for you and what a 10 is for you?
I'll say a 10 out of 10 to me. And again, this is the thing. I don't want to be. I'm a big Nintendo fan.
No, for Will's scale, for your scale, I want to know what your 10 is and another 8 for you. Nobody else.
I think that a 10 would be maybe something like Breath of the Wild, open world game wise, Breath of the Wild, or Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh wow, Horizon. Okay, cool. We'll talk about that another time.